This question relates to the announcement by Michael Gove, who was then Secretary of State last March, when he set out some new definitions of extremism, including Islamist and far-right groups, and robust non-engagement principles for government, where there were serious concerns. It's particularly relevant in this MHCLG portfolio because for organisations such as social services, youth justice, Prevent, where public services are engaging at a community level with a variety of different organisations to gather intelligence, to support people to move away from extremism, and to intervene and disrupt, for example, emerging challenges such as grooming gangs. And it's also particularly important for our often vilified Muslim community, who contribute so much to our nation. The aim of those principles was to set out a new system for structured engagement. However, in July, the Chancellor announced £120 million of savings within the department from small projects. It subsequently emerged in written questions that an element of this is reduced funding for legal fees, which are no longer expected to arise from the previous government's cross-party approach to extremism. Since then, a series of questions have found it very challenging to determine exactly what this means. However, ministers have now told the House in answer to written questions that this statement reflects the fact that the government has chosen, in effect, to ditch the last government's policy on non-engagement and these principles. So the questions I'd like to put to the Minister, I'm very conscious this is very sensitive given the Southport statement, which we will be hearing later on about that specific case. But can he tell the House, does the Department still adhere to that working definition of Islamism? Does the Department still have a working definition of non-violent extremism that public bodies can rely on should they need to defend themselves if challenged? Can he tell the House why ministers have not been, to quote the Ministerial Code, as open as possible on this issue? And will he share with the House details of correspondence at any meetings that have taken place, and in particular the membership of the steering group that he referred to, so there is a high degree of transparency and confidence around this process?
Yeah.